Donald Trump used a speech to a Republican Jewish convention Saturday to promise reimposition of a controversial travel ban that targeted a slew of mostly Muslim countries if he gets reelected. "We will keep radical Islamic terrorists the hell out of our country," Trump told the audience attending the annual summit of the Republican Jewish Coalition. "You remember the travel ban? On day one, I will restore our travel ban." At the start of his presidency in 2017, Trump imposed sweeping restrictions on the entry of travelers from Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, and initially Iraq and Sudan. The order was quickly challenged in court as discriminatory against a religious group, but the bans, along with Trump's hardline anti-immigration agenda, were popular with his base. President Joe Biden reversed the ban in his first week in office in 2021. Biden was proud to overturn the vile, un-American Muslim ban enacted by his predecessor, a White House spokesman said. The former U.S. leader was among several Republican hopefuls lining up at the gathering of influential Jewish donors to pledge unwavering support for Israel in its war against Hamas. Trump told the event, held in Las Vegas in the southwestern state of Nevada, that he would defend our friend and ally in the state of Israel like nobody has ever. The conflict between Israel and Hamas is a fight between civilization and savagery, between decency and depravity, and between good and evil, said Trump, who received the warmest response from attendees as he took aim at the Biden administration and avoided criticizing his rivals. The former reality show host, the overwhelming favorite to win the party nomination to run against Biden next year, despite facing multiple criminal prosecutions, spoke after sparking fury in recent weeks by describing Lebanon-based Islamist group Hezbollah as very smart and criticizing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Also on hand in Las Vegas was Trump's nearest rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who called the October 7th Hamas surprise attack on Israel the most deadly attack against Jews since the Holocaust itself. Hamas militants killed at least 1,400 people, mostly civilians. More than 8,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israel's relentless retaliatory bombardments, mainly civilians and many of them children, according to the health ministry in the Hamas-run Gaza Strip. DeSantis and others pointed to what they said was rising anti-Semitism on U.S. college campuses, and proposed yanking funding for universities and canceling visas for pro-Palestinian foreign students. "We need cultural chemotherapy to fight this cancer," Senator Tim Scott said. "Any student with a visa who calls for genocide should be deported." The only woman in the race, Nikki Haley, Trump's former ambassador to the United Nations, has evoked fears of anti-Semitic attacks on U.S. soil. "As president, I will change the official federal definition of anti-Semitism to include denying Israel's right to exist," said Haley, adding she would strip tax breaks from schools that do not combat anti-Semitism. "College campuses are allowed to have free speech, but they are not free to spread hate that supports terrorism," she said. "Federal law requires schools to combat anti-Semitism. We will give this law teeth, and we will enforce it." The organizers said the newly installed Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson, and House Majority Leader Steve Scalise would address the gathering on Saturday night. Former Vice President Mike Pence surprised the gathering Saturday when he announced he was dropping out of the 2024 presidential race, becoming the first major candidate to suspend his campaign. "It's become clear to me, this is not my time," he said. "After much prayer and consideration, I have decided to suspend my campaign for president." Support for Israel is a huge issue for both political parties in the United States, and a rare instance of foreign policy that matters at the ballot box, thanks in part to the large number of Jewish voters. It is also a significant issue for evangelical Christians, for whom the existence of a Jewish state is a key precondition for the hoped-for second coming of Jesus Christ. Also, but perhaps the most heartbreaking impact of the ban was on those who had their applications denied on or after January 20th, 2020. They were forced to navigate a complex system of re-adjudication without the guarantee of being granted a visa. And those who had their applications denied prior to that date, they had to start over, submitting new applications and paying new fees, with only hope to cling to. In total, more than 42,000 people were barred from entering the U.S. under the ban. But these are not just numbers, but people with stories, dreams, and families. The ban has had profound implications for thousands of people, altering the course of their lives. But what happened when the ban was lifted, you may ask? Well, let's delve into it. President Joe Biden, on his first day in office, signed an executive order rescinding the ban. This move was a beacon of hope for those who had been denied visas under the former regime. individuals from African and Muslim-majority countries who were previously denied could now seek a revised decision or, if they chose to, reapply for new visas. However, the road to rectification wasn't without its hurdles. The State Department faced the formidable task of addressing a backlog of visa denials caused by the ban. Applicants who were denied on or after January 20th, 2020 could seek re-adjudication without resubmitting their applications or paying additional fees. Those denied prior to this date had to navigate through the process of submitting new applications and paying new fees. And let's not forget the diversity visa applicants affected by the ban between fiscal years 2017 and 2020 who were not able to receive new visas. The process was further slowed down by pandemic-related restrictions. In the wake of the ban's revocation, families and advocates celebrated, marking the end of an era of separation and missed opportunities. Yet, the aftermath remains a complex issue. While the ban's revocation has brought relief to many, the aftermath remains a complex issue. So what can we learn from this episode in American political history? We've journeyed through the introduction of the ban, its impact, and finally its revocation. It's clear that this travel ban was more than a policy. It was the catalyst for a critical dialogue on the nature of American society, international relations, and the power of the executive branch. The ban affected tens of thousands of individuals, separating families and creating a ripple of uncertainty in communities. The revocation of the ban, while a relief for many, also highlighted the fragility of such decisions that can be swayed by the stroke of a pen. This story also underscores the ongoing debates on immigration policy. Should it be used as a tool for security or a means to uphold the ethos of diversity and opportunity? Additionally, it prompts us to question the role of executive power in shaping these policies. How far can a president go in implementing policies that have such far-reaching effects? These are questions that continue to echo in the chambers of power and in the hearts of the people. And while there may not be definitive answers, it's clear that the discourse surrounding them is crucial. As we continue to grapple with these issues, it's clear that the story of the Muslim travel ban serves as a stark reminder of the profound impact of political decisions on human lives.